So you're thinking about moving to Dallas, Texas, but you want to be in the Beverly Hills of Dallas, Texas? Well, that's where we're at right now in Highland Park, and we're at the Highland Park Village. As you can see, the historical Highland Park Theater right behind me. And this is actually the birthplace of the outdoor shopping center. You'll see as I go around, this whole outside area is the outdoor strip mall, and it was born right here in Highland Park. This is the oldest strip mall in the United States. Now I've got my nice Ray-Bans on today. I've got my Rolex, so I will fit in very nicely around here. You'll see this is where you're going to see all the Bentleys, all the Ferraris. This is even where, right down here, where that guy Daniel Mack on TikTok runs up to people and asks them, what do you do for a living? This is his spot. This is where he became famous, as far as I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. No, this is it, where you're gonna see all the fancy cars, all the beautiful people, and of course, Highland Park is the most prestigious neighborhood, not just in Dallas, but in all of Texas. It is the #1 most affluent neighborhood in all of Texas. The median home value is $1.5 million. That's the median home value, so that should give you an idea what you're getting into. Here in Highland Park, you'll see you got the Jimmy Choo right behind me as well. So I'm going to take you around in this video. If you definitely want to stick around, because I'm going to take you around and show you a couple of different homes and some different price points so you can see what may fit inside your budget. Although if you're shopping within Highland Park, you should have a very large budget. So grab your checkbook. We're going to go for a ride, check out the different some different areas. And also, if you stay till the end, I'll do a quick little market recap on Highland Park and the real estate here, and then also tack on some additional footage as we roll through the neighborhood, so that way you can get a better idea of what Highland Park looks like and feels like. And we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Dallas, Texas, and even the surrounding areas, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Dallas. My name is Levi. You know, my team and I, we get calls and emails every single day from people just like you and you and you and you looking to make their move to Dallas. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom below. We'd love to meet you in person, at least first, and then you know, we'll go from there. We'd happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. So as I mentioned, here in Highland Park Village, the oldest strip mall, outdoor shopping mall in the United States. And you can see here all the everybody's out for brunch right now. It's a kind of Saturday afternoon. It's mid-April. Yes, I'm in the short sleeves and t-shirt because it's another beautiful day here in Texas. We got through all the worst parts of just that crazy winter storm that happened a couple of months ago, but you know, the weather recovered after that, and I'll tell you what, we're in for the next couple of months of absolute beautiful weather. But as I mentioned, Highland Park here. Now you may be wondering why I didn't do a video on this earlier. Well, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, this is a very particular price point. So this is, as I mentioned, 1.5 million is about the minimum you're going to find in Highland Park. So if you want to be here now, we'll have a video coming up on University Park, which is next door, and that's going to be a lower price point. You can get in around $1 million in University Park, but otherwise in Highland Park, probably the minimum you'll find is 1.5, maybe even 2 million now with the way the current market is going. But even these homes, I've never seen homes sell so quickly as they have in this area. I mean, sitting a day or two on the market, you're talking about multi-million-dollar homes that are not lasting long at all. But anyways, you know, not only did I mention that Highland Park is the #1 affluent area, not just in Dallas, but Texas. It's actually the #7th area or city in the United States as far as how rich it is. A lot of money here. You got people like Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys, football players, everything like that. So that are definitely in the mix here in Highland Park. You're not too far along. That guy was just trying to run me over. He didn't like me crossing the street here. I probably was a little slow on that, so I'll work on it. But yeah, right through here, this is where that guy, that Daniel Mack, pretty cool. If you've ever seen his TikToks, it's pretty interesting. He's always chasing down the several $100,000 cars and running up and asking those people what they do for a living. And you got to start right here in Highland Park Village. But you know, this is the thing about Highland Park too, is Highland Park is separate from Dallas. Highland Park and University Park. What up? Hey, so the thing is about Highland Park and University Park is they are separate from Dallas. So that's why you also have some of the absolute best schools. Ooh, that wind just picked up. Excuse me, I'm gonna step out just in case. I don't want you getting all that feedback on the microphone. But Highland Park, University Park, separate from Dallas. So you're not a part of Dallas school system. So probably some of the best, if not the best, public school system in the state of Texas, because of course with all the money here, then that's going to help get help pay for some really nice schools. You got a really well known for their football program here at Highland Park. So if you've got some athletes in your family, not just the football, but the other sports that they have at Highland Park School. And then right across here too, you've got the Dallas Country Club, which is extremely pricey. So you're talking about 6 figures for the membership fee. So bring your checkbook for that one as well. But this is just the quintessential little beautiful town in Dallas, Texas. It's less than 10,000 people for population wise. And again, so they have their own police department, their own city municipality basically is what it is. I mean, they are their own area within Dallas. So it's interesting if you ever go on Google and you type in Dallas, Highland Park and University Park will be singled out. They won't be lumped in with Dallas. They'll be kind of like a white spot in the middle because it's just not a part of Dallas. So that's something you want your kids to go to, some of the best public schools, which, you know, you're going to pay for that in the home values and the taxes, the property taxes on top of that. But actually, I got another video you should check out. If you're coming from California, I explain the differences on, you know, California taxes versus Texas taxes. So you'll definitely want to check that out as well if you're concerned about property taxes or something like that, because we kind of break that down so that it makes it a little bit easier to understand. But otherwise, you can see it is busy here. You saw whenever I was walking behind, that was Mi Casina, which is one of the staple Tex-Mex restaurants here in Dallas, Texas. It was packed. They've lifted the mask mandate here. Vaccines are going out. You know, people are just ready to enjoy life and public life again. So we love to see that here. You've got the Starbucks right there, which is the ideal Starbucks that you want to be seen at. Definitely getting your coffee right over there. They have a Royal Blue Grocery right there. And, you know, so pretty much everything you need right here in the Highland Park Village is, you're going to come around here. If you live in some of the neighborhoods that right around here, you could easily walk over here if you wanted to, but it's definitely kind of a thing to drive your Ferrari over here, right? That's definitely what you want to do. You want to drive your Ferrari and get the valet, be seen, get out. They've got Chanel, and you saw Jimmy Choo, and every single high-end brand that you could imagine is going to be right here in Highland Park Village. But then right up the street, you've got North Park Mall as well, which is the high-end shopping mall that you can get to very easily. You've got the country club right across the way, and then also SMU, of course. That's why the bordering city or town, University Park, is called University Park, because of SMU, Southern Methodist University, which is one of the top private colleges in not just Dallas, but in the country. Football team, but hey, you get a degree from SMU, then it's not a bad thing. So, this is really it right here in Dallas. I mean, this is the spot. If you've got the pocketbook for it, then this is the Beverly Hills of Dallas, as I mentioned. And really, it compares to, it's not that far behind Beverly Hills. So Beverly Hills may be one of the top, communities in the country, clearly. But Highland Park being number 7, not too far behind in the top 10. But it's beautiful, and all the homes here All the old historic homes are absolutely beautiful, and the new construction they are doing is absolutely amazing. They're doing a lot of modern transitional, which is phenomenal. I know a couple of the builders that do some excellent work here, and I tell you what, it's just amazing what they're building around the area. So I bet you can't wait to see. We're gonna go check out some homes as we always do in our vlogs. We'll look at some different price points. Of course, normally I start lower because I'm in different neighborhoods, but here, let's look, we'll probably look around the $2, $3, and maybe even $5 million range. And you know, so you can see what you can stretch your budget to, but homes go all the way up to 20, 25, even $30 million here in Highland Park, and you could probably even go above that, I'm sure, just depending on what's available. So, you know, I know you can't wait, so let's go check it out and see what we can find here in Highland Park. All right, so we're coming up on our first house here in Highland Park, and I cannot wait to show you. But what I want you to see, I'm just gonna walk down, it's a couple of houses down, but I want you to see, this is what I absolutely love about Highland Park, is all of these mature trees, huge old growth trees. You've got these cool little Tudor homes all over the place, and then you have some even colonial style. You've kind of got some mix between, it's kind of like a French country style as well. So you got here's another kind of Tudor style. You just have a really kind of cool mix here in Highland Park, but it all fits together so well. And you're gonna see some of these brick homes as well that have also been painted. But again, you're walking through here, super quiet. We just came down the street from Highland Park Village where we were just at. This isn't even, I mean, this is a hop, skip, and a jump, easily walkable right over to there. But I tell you what, you come through here, you just go through a nice little stroll through here. And the real reason I really wanted to wait on making the Highland Park videos, because whenever I started making these videos, it was kind of, it was started in December, January, February. A lot of vegetation was kind of gone at that point. So I really kind of wanted to wait until springtime when things started to bloom, the grass started to get green. And now as you see this home right there, that's probably, that's like a transitional Mediterranean right there. You see they've got looks like they've updated the windows, so I would assume that they've updated the inside as well. But you'll see a lot of that, Mediterranean styles here. And then you have this home. This home, believe it or not, 1.87 million. So as I mentioned, 1.5 was probably the lowest you're gonna find. So here's, I think, is an amazing home at 1.87. It is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. It's almost 4,000 square feet, but to me, the really cool part, it was built in 1930. And so you'll find a lot of these, that's 90 years or 80, yeah, 91 years old, of course, but that's what you're gonna find here. There's several 100-year-old homes, and you know, but also new construction. Some of these homes have been torn down, but again, you're gonna get a good mix of the old and the new. Look, this is like Frodo's, kind of like Frodo's house, but I love these Tudor homes. They're some of my favorite in all of these areas, especially not just in Highland Park. You're gonna get much bigger ones here, but they're all through the M streets and Old East Dallas and things like that. But again, you just got all these great homes, and this is a really good street right here, but still, that home right there for 1.87 million, I think is pretty good. I looked at some of the pictures on the inside. It was pretty well done. Looks like it has been updated. Look at this home. Look at the trees. The leaves are starting to come back in. You've got these huge crepe myrtles in front. It's got this well-maintained monkey grass. It's got, this is jasmine, Asian jasmine right here. And, oh, you already got people looking at the home over there. That's what I said. I've never seen ever, you know, multi-million-dollar homes that are just kind of fly off the market as they are right now. So even at this price point, there's a little bit less competition, but the homes are still moving pretty quickly. So even this one at 8.75 or 1.875 million has only been on the market for 2 days. As you can see, there's already traffic there. People are coming out. I would assume it's probably gonna have, it's probably going to have an offer here pretty quickly, because again, that's on the low end here in Highland Park. So if you just want to get your foot in the door for under 2 million, that's very possible. Man, look at all the nice flowers over there. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful here in Highland Park. I tell you what, this is the best place to be. If you've got the budget for it, this is the absolute best place to be in all of Dallas, and it's just absolutely amazing. So what was the downside? Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about the downside, because I don't want you to think everything's all fairy tales and unicorns here, right? But I mean, property taxes are going to be pretty high on these homes, and you're going to have some additional school taxes and things like that, because these are some of the best schools in all of the state of Texas. So that's something to keep in mind. However, you know, as I mentioned, I did a video to kind of compare taxes if you're coming from California, because right now we're dealing so much with out-of-state buyers. If you're coming from California, New York, Chicago, I mean, it's like those 3 areas, people could not get out of there fast enough right now. And we love it. So come on, we love helping out-of-state buyers. I've moved out of state several times. I've tried to get out of Texas a couple of times, but I end up always coming back. So I know what it's like to move out of state, to move cross country. And you know, way back in the day when I first got out of the military, I took a job in New York, and I moved myself up there, and then I moved myself back to Texas as fast as I could. But I love New York, but you know, hey, the North is not really the spot for me. I'm a warm-blooded mammal. I'm warm-blooded, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I like the warm weather here in the South. I love the spring and the fall, even the summer. I'm used to the summer. A lot of people aren't. But I tell you what, if you move now, you'll be able to transition and condition yourself to get in there. So that's something that you want to consider as well. And but yeah, I mean, I do, in the video about taxes on California, I do look at $1 million home and kind of show you what you're likely to pay in property taxes, and then what that may compare to what you're paying in an area like California. So that's something you might want to check out. So anyways, again, stay all the way till the end, and I'll drive up and down these streets and get you some great footage of just kind of cruising up and down the street, so you can check that out too. But with that, let's go check out the next price point. I think we're gonna get up in the 2s and 3s now, maybe the 3s. Yeah, let's go check it out. All right, so we're at the next stop. Clearly, I think there's a party around here, because there's not a lot of parking on the street right now. But still wanted you to kind of see, as I walk down to this next house, you know, just get an idea of what else is going on here. Again, beautiful homes. You can see across the street. Just these are a little bit older over here. You can see you'll get some smaller homes throughout Highland Park. Of course, these would probably put in the 40s and 50s and 60s that you'll find. But again, they've likely been very well done on the inside, and still hold value, and are still going to be at least $1.5 million or up. I mean, this one, and looks can be deceiving. This may look small, but it's pretty deep. Well, you can see they've got quite a bit going on back there as well. But look at this. You've got the gated entry. Oh, love this Tudor style home there as well, with the stone. And again, you get a little Mediterranean next door. So you're probably starting to kind of see a theme there, where it's Tudors, Mediterraneans, transitional, modern transitionals, traditionals, bricks, and there's new construction. Everything's going on here again. And then you've got, this is kind of like that Cape Cod style right there, but painted, very, very nice. And then you've got, this is kind of Austin, Texas-esque Mediterranean right here. And with that large white and yellow stone. They build a lot of those style homes down in Austin, which I like. I think it looks, give you kind of a better view from over here. It's not that bad. But this home, this is the one we're coming up right here. This one's only $2.95 million, and it's 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,900 square feet, and this was actually built in 2001. So, hey, 20 years old, built to look very old though. I love the stonework. Clearly they've been growing up the moss on the sides, although doesn't look like it's coming back. I'll tell you what, that freeze that came through, which I've never seen in my lifetime. You know, I was born and raised here in Texas, never seen anything like that. Most people I know have never seen anything like that. I think they said the last time that even happened in Texas was like in 1890, that it froze for that long, for that much and for that long. Look at this. Here you've got a modern transitional new construction getting built right there as well. That's going to be pretty nice. So you can see quite a bit of activity here. But anyways, as I was saying, that freeze kind of killed off. So I was growing some plants, and I've been working on them for the last couple of years, and the freeze just kind of took them out. So they shall rest in peace now. I'm gonna have to replace those. I was growing some vines and some other things, but anyways, this is pretty cool though. I like this. The inside looks very nice. It was well done. It's been updated. And again, you got some great vegetation out here, landscaping, all this Asian jasmine, and it's just really, really nice. And of course, you got a lot of nice and neighborly homes to look at as well. So no matter where you're at in Highland Park, is going to be a great, a great spot. So I think I found the party right here, and somebody's running for school board. All right, well, good luck to you. But anyways, it's just, again, other than the street right there, I'd say that would probably be the downside, is it's right on the corner of a busy street. So, again, pros and cons with every type of home you come across. That's something that you always got to look at. I personally wouldn't want to be right there on the corner. Beautiful home, but I wouldn't want to be there on the corner of that busy street. I'd rather, if I'm going to pay $3 million for something, I'd rather be down a little bit more off the less beaten path where there's less traffic and, not a lot of activity, especially if you got kids. You don't want them running around outside and worried about just being right next door to a busy street. So just something to keep in mind. But with that, now let's go. I think now we're gonna go check out a $4 million property. All right, let's go. All right, so we're at the next spot, and as you can see, it's pretty amazing, right? Oh, all right. So you can see there's even some lots. This was probably a tear down of a much older home. It was probably a ranch style or something like that. Not a lot of people keep those around, but I did want you to see as we walk down to the next house, this is a modern transitional right there. You can see the large rectangle windows, but still kind of has that traditional feel of a home. So you'll see all that looks pretty, it's got stucco, so that looks like it's pretty new construction. I would assume that's been built within the last year or two. Then you have, this one was clearly updated, older brick traditional home, but also with the rectangle windows have been updated. So I'm assuming the inside has been updated as well. And then you just have some of these old French country houses in here as well that are just, again, you get such a good mix here in Highland Park. That's what I really love about it, but every single home is unique and amazing. And then you have another Mediterranean transitional right there, clearly new construction that they're building right now. A large rectangle windows, you got the tile roof. I love that style as well. Look at the beautiful flowers blooming right now. For this style home, I would say probably a French country as well. And then you've got a Tudor. Not the best brick choice, I would say. That the red and brown brick, I'm not necessarily a fan of completely, but I would probably paint that. I think that would be pretty cool. But for all you California fans, here's the home you're gonna wanna see. This one's at $3.95 million, and this is probably right up your alley. So you'll see, even in Highland Park, they are building some of these ultra modern, custom contemporary style homes. You can see, well, not much to see on the outside, but on the inside, it's pretty amazing. This is $3.95 million. It's 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, over 5,600 square feet. It was built in 2019, so I'm assuming there's just been one owner in there so far. I'm gonna step over a little standing water right there. And I don't know, That's really not my style, but again, if you're coming from California and you like that modern feel, clearly you've got, well, nobody's going to be seeing you from the outside here, but in the back, I looked at the pictures online. The back, they're full. It's full of windows, a great backyard area, but again, a little closed off from the front. But hey, if that's the thing, if you're, I know modern is very popular, contemporary style, things like that in the California area. So if that's where you're coming and you want to drop $4 million, then you could still be here. Now, here's the thing, you're going to be right next door to this smaller style Tudor home. You kind of got a nice traditional over here, brick traditional home. And again, you'll see down here, but again, heavily treed streets, super quiet. I know that last one you probably heard some guy started blowing his yard off, just mowed the lawn. So you're gonna get a good mix. Again, you have a Tudor style over here, again, another Tudor style, and then you've got another Mediterranean transitional right there. So I would say a good mixture of a little bit. Man, I just keep kicking stuff today. So that last one, yeah, anyways, I keep kicking stuff. Got to watch where I'm going. I'm trying to talk to you so that you get the full extent of everything that I'm trying to share with you. So sometimes I'm not always watching the ground. So got to keep an eye out for some things. Looks like they're doing some more construction down there. Looks like they're just remodeling a house. But again, I mean, I kind of like this one. This one's a little dark for me as well. I'm kind of a fan of the lighter colors, but still, I just love that history. That's probably a 100-year-old home. You've got a nice style French country right over there with that kind of that pale color with the green shutters. And hey, again, a good mixture, a little bit of everything here in the Highland Park area. So, but I just wanted you to see that one. I know some people in the comments have been asking about some modern style homes and things like that. You'll find them scattered throughout, but they're not really a big deal here in Texas. So, if that's something you're looking for, they're just not that many of them. So, but we'll find one. If that's what you really want, we'll find one. And you're more likely going to find one probably in Highland Park, believe it or not, where they're tearing down and building up some of these. A lot of them in the M streets. So if you're under the $1 million price range, then the M streets, you're gonna find some modern homes there that are being built. So that could be an option for you as well. So with that, let's go check out the next one. All right, now we're getting to some of the Big Daddy homes, and you can probably see just right across the way, really big home, super nice. Love this one, kind of tucked away back here. Got all the large hedges growing up, kind of a French country-esque. Let me back up there again so you can see, a little French country-esque, really nice. And then you've got this kind of a colonial style, a little bit. Really, I mean, this one is pretty good size, and we're walking up on the one that's listed for $13.3 million. So I know we kind of jumped there. We went from 2 to 3 to 4 to 13. Well, probably I'm running out of time a little bit on this video. Hopefully you've stuck around all the way until this point, but you can see huge neutral ground in the middle, or you may call that a median. In New Orleans, they call it neutral ground, actually. They don't call that here in Dallas, but I still call it neutral ground because I spent some time in New Orleans. But beautiful, kind of like an old English stone home back there. And then you have this one, built in 1928. Look in the back. You've got, you can see the garage in the back, really nicely done. This one's been extensively remodeled. Built in 1928, $13.3 million. This is a 8-bedroom, 13 bath. I don't know what they need all those bathrooms for, but apparently they drink a lot of water in this house. But 8-bedroom, 13 bath, 11,500 square feet at $13.3 million. There you go. It was done by a very well-known architect back in the day. I don't remember all of the history just right at this moment, but you can always look it up. And we're on Armstrong, by the way, Armstrong Road. if you want to look it up online, or shoot me a text. I'll send you the address. And then look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor too. I mean, these are not bad neighbors to have, right? You're not going to be embarrassed of these neighbors. You don't have to worry about them doing crazy things out in there. Look at this nicely manicured lawn again. And then you've got kind of the old English home built back there as well. So again, they're kind of missing a couple of trees right here, but no problem. I think they maybe done that on purpose just to showcase this home. Look, and you've got the White House right back there. So again, you get a great mixture of all these different styles of homes, and no matter what price point you're in, your home is going to hold value here in Highland Park. So Highland Park, you can, oh, and that's the other thing, that you can, your address can either be Dallas, Texas, or it can be Highland Park, Texas. So you can label it either as, you'll see online, most of these homes will be listed as Dallas, Texas on the address, but if you want to get your stamps or your little stamper made up, you can put Highland Park, Texas, and the zip code 75205. Beautiful home, kind of a French country-esque style home in the back there as well. Look at these large oak trees. I mean, just still a lot of huge shade trees. Love this neutral ground. Of course, this is one of the bigger home streets, you can say, here in the area. But again, I hope you found this really helpful as far as kind of getting an idea what Highland Park looks like up close and personal. Again, beautiful area. I absolutely love it here. Even on this main road, it's still pretty quiet, not heavily trafficked right here. So this is a good spot to be. Down the street from the country club, there is there's a great good sized park and water area, kind of like a creek and everything, that is walkable from here. You can walk all the way around that. That's kind of in the center of Highland Park. And then you've got Knox Henderson shopping area and everything like that. That's right here, not just Highland Park Village, but then you also border the Knox Henderson area, which also borders Uptown. So you kind of got everything right in your backyard, and you're only 5 to 10 minutes to downtown if you want to go downtown. So you got great proximity as well. So really, that's why Highland Park has everything that you need right here at your doorstep. And with that, we want to and see if people are friendly here. So they love it. You see, I've already got stopped a couple of times, or people always saying hello. So anyways, you know, let's sum this up. And of course, there's homes all in between. I know we jumped from 4 to 13. There's plenty of homes in the middle of that as well. If your price range is in the middle of 4 to 13 million, there's homes above 13 million as well. As I mentioned earlier, you can get up to 20, 30, even 40 million here in Highland Park. So, you know, with that, let's go to the coffee shop, because I would like to get a coffee, and let's do a little market recap. I'll tell you about the current inventory that's going on right here in Highland Park, and then again, stick around till the end, and I'll tack on some footage, kind of drive you up and down the streets just so you can kind of see it for yourself. You're gonna really love that, so stay for that as well. So let's go grab a coffee. Well, I was coming by the park area, so I thought I'd just stop in and show you the park and the creek area that I was telling you that runs right through the middle of Highland Park. As you can see, pretty busy. A lot of people hanging out there along the shoreline, getting their sun in, having little picnics. You got this nice bridge area. Everything's starting to fill in quite nicely. You can kind of, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a waterfall just on the other side. But again, people come out here and just kind of relax and hang out and have a good time. There's walking trails all through here. So you can go back, you can probably see right back in there. There's walking trails that go off in the back. And then also all around on this side, all the way around all of that foliage that you see there as well. And you know, these beautiful days like this here in Texas is what we love. Come enjoy the park life, but you've got everything again, even this whole area right here in the middle of Highland Park, absolutely beautiful. And then I don't know if you can see, look, there's a really amazing house right at the end of the park, right up there, which is really something else. But, you know, this is, again, just kind of give you up close view of what it's like here. And now let's go on to the next. Oh, and by the way, before we go into the coffee shop, this is another little strip center right here, right at the edge of Highland Park and Oak Lawn. Right behind me is Tulum. Tulum is rated the best upscale Tex-Mex restaurant in all of Dallas, so you definitely got to check it out, Tulum. And then we're going over right here into Merit Coffee, so let's go grab a coffee. All right, so we stopped in here at Merit Coffee, which is, I think, one of the best coffee shops around Dallas. There's one down in Deep Ellum that I tend to go to. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know, I've got the Santa Fe Trail that goes through Old East Dallas. It goes all the way to White Rock Lake and it goes to Deep Ellum. And so on Saturdays or Sundays, especially now when the weather is great, I like to get on my bike and, you know, head down to Deep Ellum. I usually stop at Merit Coffee, grab a coffee there, and enjoy that before I go and hit my 20-mile ride around the lake, around White Rock Lake. It's nothing crazy. I do it at a regular, regular pace, and it's fun. But anyways, here in Highland Park, the current homes on the market is 56. So this has actually been a 13% increase in the last 30 days, which is a good sign because that means more inventory is starting to come on the market, and that's always a good thing. So that's equal to 19 new homes on the market over the last 30 days, and that's really, really good. Here's the other thing: the average days on market for Highland Park is 125, which is unheard of, really, especially whenever you're looking at homes that are starting at 1.5 million. The average home sale price right now, not the median, so the median is 1.5, but the average home sale price right now in Highland Park is 4.275 million. So that gives you an idea what the sales are like going on here in the area. There's only been 6 price reductions in the last 30 days as well. So that's always a place that if you feel like you're getting outbid. Now this doesn't really happen a lot in these price points where you're receiving multiple offers, but it's still happening a few times, especially whenever it's a really great home. It's just something that competition is going to be a little bit less in this area, but still homes are just not staying on the market, and that's mainly because of the influx of people coming from California and New York. They have that money. They're selling much more expensive homes in those areas, and the real estate here in Texas, in particular Dallas, is very cheap compared to California and New York. So everything probably looks like a bargain here. So they're able to buy homes cash, and whenever you're paying cash, cash is king as well. That's always going to be a much more favorable offer over anything else or any type of financing. So if you do have cash on hand and at this price point, then you're likely going to get the home that you want or the home that you find, and we put an offer on that. So that's something that I think you'll be just fine. The most expensive home on the market, actually, this was surprising to me because I know homes are much higher there, but is 17.5 million. It's the most expensive home in Highland Park on the market right now, and that's on the same street we just came from on Armstrong. There's actually a couple of other 8-figure listings on that street. So if you want to be in that, if you're in that price range, Armstrong Street's a great street to be on, and several homes there are listed above 10 million. And again, the most expensive one there is 17.5 is currently listed on the market. So we kind of took you through there, everything. The average price per square foot going on in Highland Park right now is around $773, which that's up there. That's definitely the most expensive price per square foot in Dallas. So again, this is the most prestigious area. This is the nicest area. As you can see, even the coffee shop here is nice, but really, I mean, all the high-end shopping, the restaurants, everything else that you need is right here. You're close to everything, and you got some of the best schools in all of Texas, if not the U.S., public schools, and it's its own municipality, own police department, own utilities, all of that, completely separate from Dallas. So it's pretty much a city on its own, along with University Park. So we'll take you to University Park in the next video. If you see this before we've released that, just be patient. It'll come out soon. But with that, we just want to give you an idea of what Highland Park looks like. Again, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call below. It's all in the description. And we have literally had people call us when they're in town. Hopefully you don't wait until you get here to call us, but if you can give us some sort of advance notice, that would be amazing, because we are dealing with so many out-of-state clients that we schedule things and we have to be respectful for people's time whenever they get here, because they're traveling in. Sometimes they're here for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. And so communication is key. You know, we want to set up a game plan also so we can maximize your time while you're here. That's very important to us because we want you to get the most out of it. And if you're looking to close on a home, then we have to be extremely diligent in as far as what we're doing and the type of offers we make. But at the same time, you need to have your pre-approval or your proof of funds in place before you get here, because if you get here, then that's likely you're just not going to make an offer on a house without it, number one. And number two, it's going to be a waste of both of our times because, we can't get anything without it. So we need that in place. So if you don't have a lender, if you're going to be financing, we've got a great team that we work with that we can get that set up before you get here. That's very important. If you're paying cash, easy, just get a proof of funds letter. You'll need that anyways if we're looking over the $1 million price range. We're not going to be walking into people's houses without some sort of proof that we are a legitimate buyer. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So, with those factors, but again, we'll set you up for all that success beforehand whenever we have discussion and set up a game plan for whenever you do come into town. We're pretty booked out for the next month or two already. But if you're coming into town, if it's not myself, one of the team members will be able to help you out. We'll definitely accommodate everyone we can. And we just have to make sure that we get you the best opportunity and maximize your time while you're here. So hope you found that helpful. And again, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. We prefer Zoom calls because we'd love to put a face to a name from the beginning. But whatever is easier for you, just give us a call or a text, shoot us a text. That's also very simple. But that pretty much sums up this video for Highland Park. We hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, well, we hope to see you around town.